For a long time, large, influential businesses and governments have been against the idea of global warming, but now have changed their opinions. The climate is changing. The Earth is warming up, and there is now overwhelming scientific consensus that global warming is happening, and it is human-induced. New satellite images show that polar ice is disappearing, in both extent and thickness. Reports from the European Space Agency's CIROSAT-2, which is the world's first satellite to be built specifically to study sea ice thickness, adds worrying evidence that we have really underestimated the rate at which the Earth's climate is changing. Professor Chris Rapley at UCL said, "With the temperature gradient between the Arctic and equator dropping, as is happening now, it is also possible that the jet stream in the upper atmosphere could become more unstable. That could be increasing volatility in weather in lower latitudes, similar to that experienced this year." Sea ice in the Arctic is disappearing at a far greater rate than previously expected, according to the CIROSAT-2. The CIROSAT-2 probe also indicates that 900 cubic kilometers of summer sea ice has disappeared from the Arctic Ocean over the past year. This rate of loss is 50% higher than scenarios outlined by polar scientists, and suggests that global warming, which is triggered by rising greenhouse gas emissions, is beginning to have a major impact on the region. In a few years, the Arctic Ocean could be free of ice. Dr. Seymour Laxton says, "Very soon, we may experience the ionic moment when, one day in the summer, we look at satellite images and see no sea ice coverage in the Arctic, just open water." Although ice grows more rapidly in the winter in the Arctic Ocean than it did in the past, and this is compensating partially for the loss of ice in the summer, the trend is still clearly going downwards, and we are losing the ice more and more.